and tell me to leave it alone. We're going to help the constabulary force fix the issue of crime. And every time we want to fix the issue of crime, we talk about we're not going there. But we're going there tonight. Because if we want to fix the issue of crime and violence, if we want to eradicate violence in our society, if we want people to raise families and do business, Bala, ever since you came out of jail or prison, how many businesses have you extorted in Gregory Park? How many businesses have you extorted in Gregory Park? 3 houses were firebombed. 3 houses were firebombed, I think it's Tuesday. 1 on Michelle Street, or Michelle Avenue. Who firebombed that house? The woman is alleged to be the woman of a don or a former don in Gregory Park. The woman in the house. And I am being told that the supporters of Bala firebombed the woman's house. Firebombed the woman in the house. And then Jamaica, I am now being told that Bala's mother's house and another house that Bala frequents was equally firebombed. So retaliation for retaliation. But equally, Bala, you grew up in Gulf. The people in Gulf, that's where you grew up with them. But you go about and do all sorts of skullduggeries. And you can't stay in a Gulf, say end up in Mexico. Tell me if I lie, me I tell Bala. Tell me if I lie, me I tell. And ever since you come out of the jail or the prison, ever since you come out of the jail or the prison, Bala, since you come out of the jail or prison, Bala, you depend bike, a shoot up, a extort, which business I give 5,000, I figure 10,000, and you extort according to the feasibility of the business. So if you see that the business making more money, Bala, you believe that you have the right. I also get to be informed that you have spread your wings and sprung even beyond Gregory Park to even Christian Gardens. That to the point you make people have to run for their lives, Bala. Is there any truth to that argument, Bala? Is there any truth to that argument, Bala? And then, who firebombed the 8 establishments? Who firebombed the 8 establishments last night? Who is responsible? Is the men of Gulf or is the men of Mexico? Is the men of Gulf or is the men of Mexico who firebombed these places last night? The 8 places, who firebombed them? Who in Gulf cut off the man's throat? Who cut him neck? Who was responsible for cutting the neck of the man in Gregory Park last year? Who enabled it? Who gave the instructions? Who? But let us put the dots together, Jamaica. I am going to put the dots together, and I want my erudite and I want my brilliant students to learn. Gaza to Sant or to Saint or whatsoever you name. AKA baller. How many more lives will you make miserable in Gregory Park? How many more lives must die? How many more people must run up along? How many more people must be displaced because of your disorderly conduct? Because you want to become the Don? How many more lives will you put at risk? How many more lives? And I'm going to say to you, as much as how we know the constabulary force has its very own ills of nastiness, I believe we should help the constabulary force eradicate and remove them at all cost. We must help the constabulary force to eradicate these criminals. Did you see the level of guns that were taken from the streets this morning? These men are operating like Boko Haram. These men are operating without any level of consciousness and any level of care and dignity. How many more lives? How many more people must run from their towns and cities? How many more people must run from their community that they have been grown? How many more, Jamaica? How many more baller will you kill to feel as though you're a Don? Do you think that because it is called Mexico and Gulf, it's the Republic of Mexico that's across borders there? No, baller. No, baller. You're not going to win this time. The citizens are fed up. The citizens are fed up, baller. The citizens are annoyed. The business community, the local business community in Gregory Park is annoyed by your nasty, corrupt, evil deeds. And then you run into Dyke Road, into bushes, into swamps trying to hide. How long can you hide there? How long will you hide there? I don't know about you, Jamaica, but I'm fed up. I'm fed up by the reality of so many Jamaicans having to be living in a life of fear. Having visited Gregory Park today and hear the stories, having heard the stories from the residents, having heard from the people. Bala, how do you feel that your own mother has been dislocated and has to run from the community? How do you feel, Bala, that your own mother had to run from Gregory Park? How do you feel that your own mother house was firebombed? How do you feel that your own mother, because you live a life of crime, that your mother possibly could have died? And this was a country that we were told a few years ago. A few years we were promised that we'll be able to stay in our yards and lock and leave our doors open. Leave our windows open. But we can't do it. And now we're told, years after, lock your doors, lock everywhere, lock in. But if you lock in, them will come firebomb you, Orius John. Orius Chang, if you lock in, them will come firebomb you, Orius Chang. The people, them lock in, Mr. Chang, and the whole of them house firebomb. Alanda Terry Long, who are going to help you to locate back them people there? Your constituents, and them vote for you. And them vote for you, Mr. Terry Long. Aren't you tired of hearing the stories, Mr. Terry Long? Every day you have to leave from your constituency and run to talk to people. When I'm at Gregory Park. When I'm at Gregory Park. I don't with the next one then. Down a South Barrow. When I'm at South Barrow. I don't a Newlands. Everywhere you're going in your constituency, Mr. Terry Long. A violence and crime and danism and mash up business. Nobody can left them own that open. You're not even safe in your own house. You never know the minute or the hour that you're going to die in this country. You never know if they're going to come for you and your family. Concrete jungle. Concrete jungle. Jamaica has become a concrete jungle. Everywhere you turn in Gregory Park. And I'm going to say to you, can you imagine the psychosocial impact of the crime on the children in the community? And that's why crime can't stop. Because the cyclical cycle of crime, these young children see they live what they learn and come into a violence-prone society that at the age of 11, 12, them have to take a side. Do they stay at Gulf or do they stay at Mexico? So I want to know, to the gentleman that has the influence in the prison, can you tell your associate Baller to lay low? Can you tell Baller to end these affairs of crime? You know yourself, Mr. Gentleman behind the prison. You know the alliances that are behind the prison. That is aligned to you. Baller is one of them. He's one of your strongest soldiers on the road. You're guilty by association. So even if you never gave him an instruction, just by him being a part of your affiliation and association, you're equally guilty. So it make you look like you're the one giving the hits from in the prison. Look at it, son. Look at it, son. Look at it, son of Jamaica. All who say Gaza, is this what we want? All who say Gaza, is this what we want? There is more to life than a life of crime. Jamaica is a bountiful place that can be wealthy. The gentleman said it here last night. Nowhere in Jamaica should be less than anywhere to be seen as a tourist product. The 14 parishes of Jamaica should be a part of the tourism product. Because the 14 parishes have something uniquely special about it. Look at Spanish Town. Spanish Town have some of the greatest historic buildings. But yet still Spanish Town is so filled with crime.